March 4th, 2022. Halfcast 255, episode 255. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Sherri Papini charged after prosecutors allege she faked 2016 kidnapping. This sounds like something someone would do when they have to get away from their annoying family, but they just don't have enough vacation money. A Northern California woman whose disappearance and mysterious reappearance set off a frantic 3-week search more than 5 years ago was arrested Thursday on charges of lying to federal agents about being kidnapped and defrauding the state's Victim Compensation Board of $30,000. Exactly. Come back well rested with a suntan. Sherri Papini, 39, of Reading, was found on Thanksgiving Day, conveniently found on Thanksgiving Day in 2016 after weeks of searching in California and several nearby states with bindings on her body and injuries, including a swollen nose and a brand on her right shoulder. She had been reported missing November 2nd. She told authorities at the time that she had been kidnapped at gunpoint by two Hispanic women, even providing descriptions to an FBI sketch artist along with extensive details of her purported abduction. Solid police work, guys. She gave you the description of Jennifer Lopez and Selena Gomez. In reality, authorities said she was staying with a former boyfriend nearly 600 miles away from her home in Orange County in Southern California, SoCal, and hurt herself to back up her false statements. When a young mother went missing in broad daylight, a community was filled with fear and concern, U.S. Attorney Philip Talbert said in a statement. Ultimately, the investigation revealed that there was no kidnapping and that time and resources that could have been used to investigate actual crime, protect the community, and provide resources to victims were wasted. She was still lying about the kidnapping in August 2020 when she was interviewed by a federal agent and a Shasta County sheriff's detective, the charges allege. They showed her evidence indicating she had not been abducted and warned her that it was a crime to lie to a federal agent, but she still made false statements, the charges allege. Ma'am, we ran the sketches. There's no way the two ladies that abducted you work for Telemundo. She was also reimbursed more than $30,000 by the California Victims Compensation Board based on the false story, the charges said. They included money for visits to her therapist, for treatment for anxiety and PTSD, according to a court filing, and for the ambulance ride to the hospital after she surfaced near Sacramento. And that is what you call a paid vacation. She faces a mail fraud charge related to the reimbursement request that carries a penalty of up to 20 years in prison, while lying to a federal officer has a maximum 5-year sentence. Everyone involved in this investigation had one common goal: to find the truth about what happened on November 2nd, 2016, with Sherri Papini and who was responsible, said Shasta County Sheriff Michael Johnson. That 22-day search and 5-year investigation not only cost money and time, he said, but caused the general public to be fearful of their own safety, a fear that they should not have had to endure. Well, she never left California. How much resources were you using that her face didn't ping on a traffic cam or a CCTV or anywhere else? Or even not a store clerk remember seeing her picture? Nothing. Before she disappeared, Papini had gone jogging near her home about 215 miles north of San Francisco. Her husband, Keith Papini, found only her cell phone and earphones when he went searching after she failed to pick up their children at daycare. She left their purse and jewelry behind. We are all very well aware that people go missing every day. People are kidnapped. Human trafficking is very real for a loved one to be legitimately concerned of the safety and well-being but we also have to acknowledge that people are fucking annoying, man. Sometimes you just gotta walk right off from folks, man. Take a break. Investigators said he passed a lie detector test. They also cleared a Detroit man. They said Papini had texted and planned to meet shortly before her disappearance. Like she wasn't married? Wow. He was in California at the time of her disappearance, but told investigators they never met, though they had spent a weekend together in 2011. Papini's nose was swollen, and she was wearing a chain restraint around her waist and one arm, along with other bindings around her wrist and each ankle, when she was found along Interstate 5, nearly 150 miles from her home, according to a court filing Thursday. She had other bruises and rashes on many parts of her body, ligature marks on her wrist and ankles, and burns left on her forearm. Her blonde hair had been cut to shoulder length, and she had a blurred brand burned into her right shoulder, authorities said at the time. Being that for the most part she planned this out, it's likely that all the aforementioned marks on her body were done to her days before she planned her return. She had both male and female DNA on her body and clothing. The DNA eventually led to the former boyfriend in 2020, according to a court filing. The former boyfriend told investigators that Papini stayed with them at his house during the time she was gone and said she had asked him to come to Reading to pick her up, though he never said they had sex. She was married through all this. His account was verified when authorities tracked the locations of two prepaid cell phones that they had been using to secretly talk to one another as early as December 2015. She had this plan for a long time, according to a 55-page affidavit filed in court to support the criminal charges. A cousin of the former boyfriend told investigators that he saw Papini in the man's apartment twice, both times unrestrained. Exactly. A week before it's time for her to make her miraculous return, she wants you to punch her and tie her up and do all types of stuff to her to make it look legit. About 3 weeks later, records back the ex-boyfriend's story that he rented a car and drove Papini back to Northern California. NoCal. A GoFundMe campaign raised more than $49,000 to help the family, which the couple used to pay off bills and for other expenses, according to the court filing. At the time, she was a stay-at-home mom. She tired of y'all, I'm telling you. And her husband worked at Best Buy. Definitely annoying. There was never a ransom demand, and the family wasn't wealthy, officials said at the time. If I'm this woman's husband, I'm not going to be her husband for too much longer because she very selfishly left to go off and one, cheat on me, and two, leave me to figure out how I'm going to raise a family all by myself. Got me up crying at night, missing you, and you somewhere partying and getting DNA sprayed all over you. Oh, hell no. Man arrested after allegedly assaulting, stealing the car of ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend.
Stand up! Stand up!
A San Antonio man was arrested Thursday, accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend, which is soon to be her ex-boyfriend now after this, and stealing his car. Eduardo Cadena, 40, was charged with 2 counts of felony assault, 2 felony burglary charges, and aggravated robbery. Police said that on December 30th, 2021, Cadena burst into his ex-girlfriend's house uninvited with a double-barrel shotgun. He pointed the shotgun at the new boyfriend, soon to be ex, and told him that he was going to kill him, according to the police report. Cadena allegedly hit the other man several times on the head with the gun before throwing the gun to the side and beating and choking him. Cadena then took the victim's car keys out of his pocket and stole his vehicle. According to the arrest report, the ex-girlfriend said that she was in the bedroom during the fight. Damn, babe, you couldn't even come out the bedroom to tell him to stop beating on me. Yeah, it was no need of him killing us both. I thought you were going to put up a fight. I told you he was crazy. I think it's best if we stop seeing each other for a while. Ecstasy, pills hidden in soup cans and cakes seized in Philly. These wouldn't happen to be the Chunky Campbell soup cans with Donovan McNabb's face on it, would it? Customs and Border Protection officers in Philadelphia recently seized the ecstasy and tramadol from shipments originating in Europe. According to Customs, officers found 11 liters of liquid ecstasy in soup cans from the Netherlands and 10,000 tramadol tablets in cakes from London. Jesus. While inspecting international express delivery parcels on Wednesday, officers encountered a shipment that consisted of 12 liter-sized cans labeled as Dutch canned vegetable chicken soup. The cans, which were being shipped from the Netherlands to an address in Miami, why am I not surprised? Appeared to be leaking a purple liquid, officials said. Officers used an elemental isotope analysis tool and identified the can's contents as MDMA hydrochloride, commonly known as ecstasy. So nobody thought it would be a horrible idea to ship international contraband with this whole Russia Ukraine thing going on and us somewhere involved in it too. We would be on a heightened sense of alert for anything suspicious coming through our custom. Officers seized a liquid MDMA which weighed 11 kilograms or 25 pounds. Damn right, because we don't do metric over here. You better you better convert that shit 4 ounces and secure the 12 leaky cans in plastic containers. Then the next day, officers found 10,000 tablets of tramadol, a Schedule 4 controlled substance, that were hidden inside cakes. The tablets were sent from London and were destined to an address in Charleston, West Virginia. What if kids? This is what kills me. I'm a big boy. I understand that if you're willing to ship drugs internationally and put them in soup cans, that you're already not a model citizen. But when people start putting methamphetamine in children's toys like stuffed bunnies, and in this case, you put the drugs inside cakes, something that could easily be consumed by a child or somebody unsuspecting, and it could possibly kill them. Where would you draw the line at that? The shipment was manifested as garments, and the box did not contain garments, but an x ray examination also revealed the presence of what appeared to be packaged pharmaceuticals. Officers opened the box and extracted two packaged food containers labeled as sweets from India. Instead of candies, officers discovered two sticky cakes that conceal aluminum foil pouches that contain 1,000 combined blister packs of tramadol 100 milligram pills. Couple killed roommate for blasting music to drown out their fighting. Talk about a relationship building exercise. A Bronx couple is accused of stabbing to death their roommate after he turned on music to drown out their fighting early Friday, according to cops and police sources. The 29-year-old victim told the couple, a 21-year-old man and a 20-year-old woman, to keep it down when he heard them arguing around 3 a.m. inside the apartment on Perry Avenue near East 205th Street in Norwood, police sources said. Because no one ever has a domestic dispute during business hours. They always have it at ungodly 2, 3, 1 in the morning when everyone has to sleep. At some point, the victim turned on some music to compete with the couple shouting, according to the sources. What did he play? Peter Guns? That sent the couple into a rage and they stabbed the victim in the neck and chest, cops and the sources said. Responding officers found the victim unconscious and unresponsive, and he was pronounced dead on scene by EMS, police said. Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.